Today, we are pulling back the curtain on AI teamwork. I mean, when you have a whole group of highly specialized AIs all working on one project, how do they actually get anything done together? Okay, let's dive into the hidden structure that turns what could be total chaos into a symphony of collaboration. So right off the bat, here's the central problem we're going to tackle. Imagine you have a team of absolute geniuses, right? But they all speak slightly different languages and have their own unique way of working. How in the world do you get them to build something complex together without it all just falling apart? It's a massive, massive challenge of management and coordination. The solution, as it turns out, is this fascinating two-part system. The best way to think about it is like a world-class orchestra. You can't just hand a bunch of brilliant musicians their instruments and expect a symphony to magically happen. You need two things. You need the sheet music, and you absolutely need a conductor. And that's really the heart of it. Without a detailed plan, the sheet music, the musicians are just guessing, making noise. And without a leader, the conductor, they're never going to be in sync. In the world of AI, these two roles are absolutely essential for turning individual brilliance into collective success. So let's meet the AI that writes the music. First up is Lyra. Now, don't just think of Lyra as a programmer. Her role is so much more foundational than that. She is the system's architect. She's the one who designs the entire operational blueprint before a single line of code is even touched by the team. So what does she do? Her core function is something called prompt engineering. And listen, this isn't about writing a few simple instructions. We're talking about creating the foundational plan for every single AI on the team, defining their goals, their processes, and exactly how all their work connects. In short, she writes the sheet music for the entire AI orchestra. Her specific job is called Task 5, or T5 for short. And the scope of this task is just massive. She is responsible for creating a clear, actionable plan for every single agent, from the designers to the engineers to the coordinators themselves. There can be zero ambiguity. So how does she pull this off? Well, her process is incredibly structured. First, she takes the big, high-level project needs and translates them into these super precise, actionable prompts. Then, she makes sure every single instruction is crystal clear and perfectly aligned with the main goal. And crucially, she maps out exactly who depends on whom, creating a clear, logical workflow for the entire project. The source material just nails it here. It says Lyra's work is foundational. The success or failure of the entire team literally rests on the quality of her architectural plan. A fuzzy blueprint means a failed project, but a clear one? Well, that makes success possible. Of course, a plan is just a plan until someone brings it to life. Okay, so let's bring in our second key player. Fizz Lametta. If Lyra is the architect who designs the building, think of Fizz as the master conductor who directs the construction crew in real time, making sure that blueprint is followed perfectly, step by step. Fizz Lametta's official role is the coordinator. Her entire purpose is to manage the active, living process of the project, ensuring everything happens in the right order and at the right time. Her specialty is something called meta-temporal coordination. I know it sounds super complicated, but think of it this way. It's the art of conducting the orchestra. She's managing who does what, when they do it, and how their part fits into the larger piece of music as it's being played. It's a totally dynamic, real-time job. Her specific responsibilities, which are part of Task 8, or T8, really show this in action. She owns the timeline. She manages all the handoffs between different AIs. And she monitors everything to make sure the project stays efficient and on track. She is the active force, making sure the plan becomes reality. So we have the architect, Lyra, and we have the conductor, Fizz. But the real magic, the real genius of this system happens in how these two totally distinct roles are fundamentally interconnected. I mean, one simply cannot function without the other. And here's exactly how they fit together. Lyra creates the static blueprint, right? She defines the what and how for everyone before the project even starts. Then Fizz provides the dynamic, real-time coordination. She manages the when and next as the project is unfolding. You've got the architect and the conductor, and you need both for the final performance. And this interdependence isn't just some abstract idea. It's literally hard-coded into the workflow. Fizz's coordination task, T8, cannot even begin until other key tasks are complete, and that especially includes Lyra's foundational plan, T5. This chart makes it crystal clear. You see how Lyra's plan, T5, and the engineer's build, T7, are inputs? They have to be finished before Fizz can even start her coordination task, T8. The conductor simply can't start the concert until the music is written and the instruments are ready. It's that simple.
It all really comes down to this powerful idea. Lyra's structured plan isn't just helpful, it is vital for Fizz's coordination. Without that clear blueprint from the architect, the conductor has absolutely nothing to conduct.
Okay, so why does this architect-to-conductor model matter so much? What's the big deal? Well, it's because the impact of this structure just ripples out across the entire team, creating a system where every specialized agent can perform at its absolute best. Ultimately, Lyra's architectural plan becomes what's known as the single source of truth. It's the master document that ensures every single agent, no matter how specialized their job is aligned and working towards the exact same goal.
And you can literally see this ripple effect right here. For the designer, Aurora, the blueprint gives her critical context. For the engineer, Codax, it gives him the exact requirements his code has to meet. For the coordinator, Fizz, it creates the clear milestones she needs to manage the whole timeline. It's amazing. One well-executed task empowers all the others to succeed.
In the end, it really comes down to this one simple truth. To achieve something complex and amazing, you need both the brilliant static design of the architect and the dynamic real-time leadership of the conductor. Having one without the other is just a room full of brilliant specialists making a lot of noise.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. As these AI teams get more and more complex and autonomous, which role becomes more critical to success? Is it the architect who can create the absolutely perfect plan? Or is it the conductor who can flawlessly adapt that plan in the moment? It's a question we're definitely going to see answered as this technology keeps evolving. Something to think about, for sure.